out Sophie Cunningham, and I guess by default somehow Angel Reese, but I mean, leave it to Angel Reese fans to somehow twist this into some kind of a diss when it was actually sort of a compliment.
Alright, so get this. The biggest WNBA drama right now is all because of a joke about salad. No, seriously, a salad. Sophie Cunningham made this tiny comment, and boom, Angel Reese's fans just absolutely lost it. Now the internet is in total meltdown mode. Suddenly, everyone's saying Sophie is jealous. Like, really? Was it a harmless joke, or was it totally disrespectful? Here's what actually went down. Sophie Cunningham, you know her, Indiana Fever guard, Arby's deal. Super popular, one of the most recognizable faces in the league. She was doing this chill TikTok about her diet, saying she can't eat gluten anymore. Then she laughs and says, "Guess I'll have to become a Victoria's Secret model. Call me Angel Reese."
A huge one I forgot to mention is gluten, which is in every carb pretty much possible. And I know they make like gluten-free stuff, but that shit tastes weird to me. I can still eat chicken. That's good. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to be kind of turning into a rabbit. So, I don't know. I guess I'm going to turn into a Victoria's Secret model. Call me Angel Reese.
And that's it. That's the whole line. But seriously, within minutes, Angel Reese fans completely went off the rails. They took a 10-second joke about food and blew it up into a whole federal investigation. Why? Because apparently saying "call me Angel Reese" is now a major insult. So let's just slow down and actually break this down, because Twitter obviously can't handle any context these days. Angel Reese, yeah, she just walked a Victoria's Secret runway, right? She's become this huge global name. She's crushing it with brand deals, commercials, modeling gigs, podcasts, you name it. So, obviously Sophie referencing her in that moment was a playful shout out to Reese's success in modeling. But note, that just wasn't enough for the internet's drama detective.
Hey, Angel Reese fans believe that, y'all ain't gonna believe this, believe that Sophie Cunningham, of all people, needs to name drop Angel Reese.
The comment section just absolutely exploded. People were calling her a jealous little blonde, saying she's cloud chasing and screaming to keep Angel's name out your mouth. But seriously, she didn't even say anything mean. It's wild, the second someone even mentions Angel Reese, her whole fan base just turns into the FBI. One fan actually said Sophie was trying to get attention off Angel's name. Like, come on, this is Sophie Cunningham we're talking about. She has national ad campaigns, millions of followers, and her own WNBA highlight reels. Does she really need clout from Angel Reese? Let's be serious for a second here.
She's a 6-foot-tall, beautiful-ass blonde. You think she needs to name drop Angel Reese for clout? You've got to be joking. Look at all these modeling opportunities, all this stuff she was doing before she even got to the Fever. Nah, y'all mad, blonde hair, blue eyes, white. Let's be real. That's what it is.
The woman literally has an Arby's endorsement deal. She's out here on TV saying, "We have the meats," and people seriously think she's desperate for TikTok clicks. Please. But you know how it goes, logic just doesn't exist on social media. So, of course, the crazy headlines started popping up. Sophie Cunningham shades Angel Reese. Jealousy in the WNBA. And my favorite, racial tension erupts over comment. Like, wait, how did we go from talking about gluten to racial tension in 10 seconds flat? This is the exact issue with WNBA Twitter these days. Fans are so hungry for drama, they'll twist literally anything into a rivalry. And let's be honest, a lot of it really comes down to optics. When a blonde, white, confident player like Sophie Cunningham makes one playful comment, people instantly assume the word. Because that's how everything gets framed now, right? It's all about identity, not what someone actually meant.
Headline, quote, "Just a clout-chasing, jealous little girl." Jealous of what? Oh, but the fast food. Okay, I mean, Sophie's got an Arby contract, so yeah. I mean, what are we doing?
Okay, so here's where it really gets wild. You could almost see it coming, right? The second Sophie's name started trending, people immediately began digging up old photos, old political takes, even random tweets from 10 years ago. It was all about building this jealous mean girl story. But check this out. If someone on Angel's side jokes about Caitlin Clark or Sabrina Ionescu, suddenly that's playful trash talk. Yet if Sophie even breathes in Angel's direction, it's a microaggression. It's a joke, and apparently not a funny one. Then came the real chaos. All those TikTok reactions. Some of these creators were practically performing Shakespeare over a joke about gluten. They were shouting, "She's jealous of Angel's success, and she can't stand to see a black woman shine," or "She's obsessed." But listen, Sophie didn't even tag her. It was just one passing comment while she was talking about food, but social media just thrives on outrage. So once that fire started, everyone had to throw gasoline on it. People were even dragging Sophie's looks, her voice, her skin color, all while preaching about women supporting women. I mean, the irony absolutely died that day. And this is where the hypocrisy really hits you. Sophie has actually praised Angel in past interviews. She's publicly said she respects Angel's game, her hustle, and her branding. So this was never some hidden beef. It was literally a casual shout out, but that just doesn't fit the victim-villain storyline that social media loves to push. So now we've got these two camps screaming at each other. Angel Reese fans are claiming Sophie's jealous and racist, and Fever fans are defending Sophie like she's the last sane person on the internet. And the sad part? Neither Angel nor Sophie even seems to care about any of this. Angel is out here posting pictures from Paris, working on huge campaigns, and she probably hasn't even seen half of this nonsense. Sophie, meanwhile, is focused on training camp, rehabbing her injury, and honestly just laughing at all the noise. The only people really upset here are the fans, the same people who claim they're protecting their favorite player by starting World War III on Twitter. Let's be clear, Angel Reese doesn't need random people fighting her battles online. She's doing just fine. And Sophie Cunningham doesn't need to shade anyone to stay relevant. She's already one of the league's biggest personalities. But the thing is, logic never gets likes. Outrage does. That's why the same accounts that were bashing Sophie last week were hyping up a fake Reese versus Clark narrative the week before that. They truly don't care who they attack, as long as it gets them clicks. Now let's talk about how absolutely ridiculous this jealousy claim actually is. If Sophie's jealous, what exactly is she jealous of? Angel's modeling career. She literally just said she wants to get healthier and joked about turning into a model. That's a compliment, not envy. Jealous of fame? Sophie already has her own huge fan base, her own merch, and endorsement deals outside of basketball. Jealous of the attention? Be real. Sophie has been trending for years because of her attitude, her confidence, and her fire on the court. She doesn't need Angel Reese to stay in the headlines. Here's the real reason fans are projecting this jealousy. They want to protect this narrative that Angel Reese is untouchable. They've built this queen of the league image around her, and anytime someone even breathes in her direction, they go into full defense mode. And that's the whole problem. You just can't build a healthy fan culture if every single joke, compliment, or mention turns into a social war. The WNBA already deals with constant fake rivalries. Reese versus Clark, Clark versus Wilson, Wilson versus Stewart. That's so exhausting. And now we're adding Cunningham versus Reese, all over a comment about carbs. You can't make this stuff up. Even some analysts started weighing in. Some were saying, oh, she should have known better, she's white. But bro, she said call me Angel Reese. That's not some coded racism. That's just wordplay. Meanwhile, others defended her, saying, if Angel made that same joke, nobody would care. And they're right, context absolutely matters, but only when the internet actually wants it to. So yeah, we've officially reached a point where the WNBA can't even have fun anymore. Everyone's walking on eggshells, because every single word gets twisted into something political. And all this chaos started because a player made a joke about gluten. Honestly, you couldn't script a better comedy if you tried. The funniest part about this whole mess is just how far people stretched it. It went from a small TikTok to full-blown think pieces about representation in sports. Like, calm down. Nobody was writing an essay. Sophie was literally just talking about food and allergies. But social media doesn't want peace. It wants chaos. And Angel Reese's fan base delivers it every single time. The very same people who preached protect black women were the ones in the comments saying the most vile things about Sophie. They weren't defending Angel, they were just looking for a reason to hate someone new. It's this weird cult behavior where being loud on Twitter feels like activism. You can't just call every blonde athlete jealous because it gets you likes. That's not protecting anybody. That's just bullying wrapped in fancy packaging. And of course, the media played their part. Sports outlets started dropping headlines like Sophie Cunningham sparks controversy with Angel Reese comment. Here's their trick. They never show the full video, just that one sentence clipped out. That's how they make their money. They turn normal moments into fake fights, and fans fall for it every single time. Then came the Think Piece Brigade on TikTok. You know them, sitting in their car with dramatic background music, talking like they just uncovered a government conspiracy. They're like, see, what Sophie really meant was actually deeper. No, it wasn't. She meant exactly what she said, nothing more. But if you tell people that, they get bored. And boredom doesn't get clicks. One person even made a compilation calling Sophie obsessed with Angel because she likes to post about her. Bro, liking a post doesn't make you obsessed. It's called scrolling. People on the internet are out here doing FBI level investigations on who double tapped what. It's honestly getting embarrassing. And you know what makes this even worse? Angel Reese herself probably couldn't care less. She's out there doing shoots, interviews, partnerships, making bank. She's not sitting on TikTok crying about who mentioned her name. She's doing what stars do, staying booked and busy. But her fan base seems determined to turn her into some fragile flower who can't handle a compliment. Then you've got Sophie. She could have clapped back. She could have gone full savage and roasted half of Twitter. Instead, she just went quiet. That's power. She doesn't need to argue with strangers who can't tell the difference between sarcasm and shade. She's used to this. She's been dealing with hate since college. She's confident, she's outspoken, and yeah, she's got that in-your-face energy that makes people uncomfortable. But here's a little truth bomb. That's exactly why the Fever signed her. Because she doesn't crumble under pressure. Because she plays with fire. Because she gets people talking. And right now, she's trending again for the exact same reason. Confidence just triggers people. The whole situation basically proves one thing. Logic truly doesn't exist online. If Sophie had said Angel looks amazing, people would still find a reason to get mad. They'd say, oh, she's being fake. If she said nothing, they'd say she's jealous. There's just no winning when fans are addicted to outrage. And let's not pretend this doesn't have layers of hypocrisy. Angel Reese herself talks trash all the time. She waves, she taunts, she flexes. That's part of her brand. And honestly, it's entertaining. But the moment someone else makes a light joke about her, it's suddenly disrespect. The double standard is absolutely wild. It's like fans want her to be untouchable. Like she can say anything, but nobody can even say her name. That's not respect. That's idol worship. And it's honestly turning the league into a circus. Every little comment becomes a fake rivalry, and it distracts from the actual basketball. Meanwhile, Sophie's getting called racist, jealous, washed, basic. All because she said, call me Angel Reese. That's not even shade. That's literally a compliment about how good Angel looks. How do you even turn a compliment into an insult? You have to really want to be mad to pull that off. Some fans even started digging into old WNBA beefs to keep the drama alive. They were dragging Caitlin Clark's name into it, talking about the white girl alliance. Bro, nobody mentioned Clark. Nobody mentioned race. You did, and that's the thing. The people yelling the loudest about diversity are usually the ones bringing race into every single discussion. You'd think they'd be tired by now. Every month, it's a new feud. Angel versus Caitlin. Caitlin versus Wilson. Wilson versus Stewart. Now it's Sophie versus Angel. All of it fake. All of it Twitter manufactured. It's truly exhausting. The players themselves don't even interact that way. They play, they compete, they move on. The fans are the ones turning every post into a war zone. It's honestly kind of sad because this league could really use more personalities like Sophie and Angel. They both bring incredible energy, they both get people talking, but instead of appreciating that, fans want to pit them against each other for clout. And here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. Part of why fans hate Sophie is because she doesn't apologize for being herself. She's loud, she's confident, she talks trash, and she happens to fit this kind of image that the media usually doesn't know how to handle in women's sports. She's not fake humble, she's not begging for approval, and that just makes people nervous. Meanwhile, Angels fans act like she's above criticism, which, spoiler alert, she's not. You can like Angel Reese and still admit her fans go overboard sometimes. That's not hate, that's just reality, but reality doesn't trend. Drama does. So the fan accounts keep pumping out fake outrage clips. You'll see a tweet with 100,000 likes that says, "Sophie Cunningham just shaded Angel Reese again." You click it, and it's literally the same clip from last week. They're recycling drama like it's a Netflix reboot. It's become its own little economy. You post fake beef, you get engagement, maybe even a sponsorship. You play to the fan bases, make them fight, and watch those numbers go up. The fans think they're defending someone, but they're really just working as free PR for click farm accounts. And honestly, it's destroying what makes the WNBA so fun. The players are entertaining enough without fans making everything so toxic. But now, it feels like nobody can even joke anymore. Every time someone opens their mouth, they've got to think, will this end up on Twitter with 10,000 quote tweets calling me problematic? It's just exhausting to watch. At some point, someone's gotta call it what it is: insecurity. Angels fans aren't really mad about the joke. They're mad because someone outside their little circle got attention, and they just can't stand that. Sophie's out here getting brand deals, trending clips, and national attention. That's the same stuff they said the white players could never get, and now that she's proving them wrong, they just can't handle it. So there you have it. A gluten joke turned into a full internet meltdown. Angel Reese fans lost it. Sophie Cunningham kept winning, and Twitter got their daily dose of fake drama. So what do you think? Was Sophie really out of line, or are fans just losing their minds? Drop your thoughts below, hit like, and subscribe for more.